What's up everybody, this is Mike and today we have a Q&A to answer. What's up everybody, this is Mike and I'm back again with another video after a week of not posting, which seems like an eternity. Unfortunately, I was shooting a video that I had to reschedule for another day. The full story will be revealed in that video once it's released, but for now I am making this Q&A video to get back to you guys and answer some questions that you have asked me. I asked you on my Twitter, my Instagram and my community tab on YouTube, what do you want to know, what questions you have, and of course you came through and asked lots of questions that are very interesting, so we'll get to them in a second. So the vast majority of the questions you guys asked me were business related or of course drone related, except for one, and I think it's very appropriate to start with that question, and that was, do you have any pets, and if so, what are their names and what are your favorite pets? So long story short, yes, I do have a pet. It's a dog. Her name is Summer. It's a female pit bull mix, and just last week she turned 3 years old and I couldn't be happier with my dog. I'm actually sharing lots and lots of photos of her on my Instagram stories, so it's definitely a lot of fun to have her around and play with her and go for long walks with her, and it's just amazing to have a dog. Let me know in the comments below if you have a dog and what kind of breed of dog you have, because just the dogs are amazing and everybody loves dogs, I think. Now that we have this personal question out of the way, I think we can focus more on the drone related questions, and I have them here on my phone, so I will start with the first one, and that is, can you give a few tips for not crashing your drone? Since you're asking this, I assume you're a beginner, and the best thing you can do if you don't want to crash your drone is to go to a large open field and activate beginner mode on your drone. So all the new drones like the DJI Spark, the Mavic Air, the Mavic Pro and the rest of them have beginner mode, which you can activate, and it's very useful if you are new to the controls. So make sure you go somewhere outside of the city and somewhere with no obstacles, just a large open field where you can't crash into anything but the ground, and just experiment with the controls, see what works best for you, see how much you need to press on the sticks so the drone can go forward or go backwards, and just make sure you understand how the drone is moving. That's the best tip I can give you for not crashing your drone. And when you get more comfortable with flying, then it's much easier to go into tighter spaces or places where you didn't think you can fly before. You would be more comfortable to do that. So the next question we have is, when did you start flying drones and do you do YouTube full time? So the first part of the question, I started in late 2015, early 2016. So that was not so long ago, and I started with a Phantom 3 standard. At the time I was really thinking whether I should go for the Phantom 3 advanced or the standard, but I didn't really have the money to buy the advanced, so I just went for the standard, and I immediately regretted because I just had so many problems with the connectivity, with the range, and generally I was not 100% happy with that drone, although it definitely hooked me on this hobby and made me appreciate the shots from above so much more. As I was learning about this hobby, I was sharing my experience and learning so much about it that I decided to just use all of my free time for drones, and eventually now YouTube and my blog and my business is just my full-time thing. So drones are definitely a huge part of my life right now. The next question we have is, what are the best settings for the Mavic Air for filming cinematic shots? Interestingly enough, I am currently in the process of filming a video with this exact topic, so I will not give away these settings. I will keep you waiting until I release that video, but trust me, it's coming very soon, as I know plenty of you guys are interested in that topic. But I will share all my secrets and little tips with you in a future video that's coming very soon to the channel. Next question, should I buy the DJI Mavic Pro or Air, or should I go for the Phantom 4 or Phantom 4 Pro? Now that's a very difficult question and very tricky, because it really comes down to what do you need your drone for and how much money you have to spend. If it's me, I would rather have a small drone like the DJI Mavic Air and a large one like the Phantom 4 Pro. Now that's of course a very hard thing to do, because you have to invest quite a lot of money to buy both of these drones. So you have to decide for yourself which drone would serve your needs the best. Now, if you are traveling and switching your location a lot, you might find the Mavic Air to be perfect for you, for your needs, because it's just so much easier to travel with that drone. But if you only go to a certain places, then you might want to invest into the Phantom 4 Pro, because it's just a very, very solid drone with a perfect image quality, and just the video is amazing. For me, traveling is just one of the best things you can do with your drone, so I would always prefer to have a smaller drone that I can bring anywhere with me. But if money is not an object, then go for both the Phantom 4 Pro and the Mavic Air. I personally prefer the newer drones from DJI just because they pack so much more features and they're more advanced than their predecessors, so I would advise you to go for the newer ones if you decide to go for any of those. The next question is, what racing drones do you currently have? I have to admit, I only have 2 drones that are racing capable, and both of them are very budget friendly, so they're not anything special. They're not like the FPV racing quads that we have seen everywhere. Those are actually 2 drones that are about $100 each, and they're very cool. I have to admit, I don't use them enough, and these are the 2 racing drones that I have currently. So this is the XK-X251, if I'm not mistaken. It's a very hard name to remember, but this is actually a quite fast quadcopter. It's really cool. I've crashed it so many times and it's still solid in one piece, and I really love it. I definitely need to use it more for just having a lot of fun on some large open spaces where you can blast with those drones. And this one is the MJX Bugs 3, if I'm not mistaken, or 6. I really have to see, but I will put the name on the screen right now. This one is even more solid than this one. It's just so strong, and I really like the looks of it. It's all black with the red details. And I really like the lights of this drone. You can definitely use it even when it's a bit darker outside, because it's so easy to spot it in the sky. I definitely have focused a lot more into my photography and videography drones like the Spark and the Mavic Air, but I definitely need to go out there and use those 2 a lot more, because it's just a waste of not using them. They're so good, and even though they're not really professional racing drones, they're just they're perfect for me, as I'm not really good with controlling them, to be honest. The next question we have is, are there any flight restrictions in Bulgaria, and do you have to register your drone? We are quite lucky to not have any specific flight regulations about drones in Bulgaria. Not yet, at least. We keep hearing about the laws that are coming about drones, but so far nothing, and we don't have to register our drones. So even if you go to the city center and you want to fly your drone, basically you can do that. Of course, it's not 100% safe to do it, but you can do that. So that's how I managed to go and record my tips for night photography video that I'm going to share on the screen right now. But basically we don't have any strict rules and regulations. People are not that aware of drones yet, which makes us a bit, falling behind on the things that are happening in the world. But that's great for us, because we don't really want to be restricted in any ways. So for now, we don't have any strict regulations. The next question is, how do you edit your photos? I only started using my drones for photography recently. I was always filming videos for YouTube. For some reason, I was not taking enough photos, and from one point I decided that I need to step up my game and post a lot more frequently on Instagram. You're welcome to follow me at Drone Supremacy on Instagram. But ever since I started, I kind of developed my own way of editing photos, and I'm actually in the process of creating some Lightroom presets that I'm going to share with you guys very soon. Actually, just yesterday I asked you guys on Instagram whether you're going to support a preset pack from me for Lightroom, which will be definitely something below $5 or $5 if I decide to sell them. So let me know in the comments below if you're interested in a Lightroom package from me. I definitely think it will be interesting for me to share the way I edit my photos, and of course I will make a video tutorial on how to do that. So let me know if you want to see more information about that in the comments below, and we'll go from there. Next question: is it easy to get a job in professional photography? I'm not the right person to ask since I'm not a professional photographer. I'm not a professional in anything, to be honest. I'm just a YouTuber right now, so I don't think it's very easy nowadays with all of those Instagram wonders that we keep seeing every day. I just need 10 minutes of my day to scroll through Instagram, and I'm just blown away with how good photography is becoming and how many professional looking photographers and photos we keep seeing everywhere we turn our heads. So it's definitely becoming harder to be noticed, and of course that shouldn't discourage you, so you should definitely follow the path that you want to follow, but I don't think it's getting easier, so start now, because tomorrow will be too late. Second to last question is, do signal boosters work for the DJI Spark? This is something that I haven't tried myself, but I've read a lot of posts and comments about signal boosters for the DJI Spark, and since the Spark is not the best when it comes to distance and flight range, those accessories are definitely something that you might look into, and I've heard nothing but positive things about range boosters for the Spark. They do work and they do help you achieve some better flight range, especially if you're based in Europe, where we are even more limited with our CE networks. And the last question we have for today is, will you get the Mavic Pro 2 when it comes out? This is a very interesting question because, like I mentioned earlier, I really enjoy having a small drone like the DJI Mavic Air, and I'm kind of thinking about getting a larger drone like the DJI Phantom 4 Pro or the DJI Phantom 5 if we get that soon. But I'm really intrigued by the idea of having a very portable drone and a large drone when you need it for something a lot more cinematic, for more professional shots. So I'm not entirely sure if I will get the Mavic Pro 2. It really depends on which drone will arrive first on the market. So if we get the Mavic Pro 2 and it's just blowing us away with the specs, I might go and get that. But if we get the Phantom 5 first, I might buy it first and forget about portability since I already have the Mavic Air. I don't know, it's really up in the air. Get it? It's really up in the air for now, so we'll see when DJI drops a new product, but I'm definitely going to get the newest drone that DJI releases because I'm a DJI fanboy, that's it. And there you guys have it. This has been the Q&A session for today. I hope I managed to answer your questions, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching this different video that I have for you today. With that being said, please subscribe if you don't want to miss any future uploads from me. I will be very happy to share them with you. Thanks for watching. Please let me know in the comments below if you have any other questions, and I will be sure to reply as soon as possible. Drop a like to show some support, and I'll catch you in my next video. Ciao!